Hey guys, I am Wizarding World YouTuber Victoria Maclean and welcome to my third episode of Victoria's Vintage Collection! My life, when was the last time I did that? That's been so long. So today is my third video, my third episode of Victoria's Vintage, and I'm using a very special wand that I'm sure you guys have seen me use a few times before. So if you'd like to see what I talk about today, then keep on watching. If you would like me to bring some incredibly Harry Potter vintage stuff to you, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the all important notification bell as well. Let's get started. Well, this one, I should be nervous using it, but I think I've used it so many times now that I'm actually quite relaxed about it. This isn't what this episode is about, but you know what? It's vintage, and I thought I'll use the very first wand that Warner Brothers ever produced to give out to the public. It is the wand, the wooden wand that was given out to members of the public that visited the premiere, I think it was the premiere or selected theatres in the US for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now these are worth between, I would say, you'll be lucky to find one for less than $1,500. Only because I know last year somebody did spend that much on one. So I'm thinking between $1,500 and $2,000 worth, as long as it comes in its original box as well. That is the most important part. It has to come with its original box, and of course the wand has to be in mint condition. Now you can tell when these are the genuine article because they are just made of normal wood, and on the side of the wand it is engraved with Harry Potter. So it has that beautiful etching there. Now I honestly don't know how many of these ones were produced, but as I said in a previous video, there can't be many left because they would have been given to children. Children play, of course they play, that's what kids do. But I'm going to put it back before I break it. Now those ones are mentioned in my trusty Bible, Harry Potter Collector's Handbook. I love this book, you know I love this book. And right at the back, you see the wand there. This book is 12 years old, and even back then it is valued at $450 to $500. Well, the wand is worth a little bit more now. So if you find it, make sure that you try and get a good price for it. But there can't be many of them left. That's the only thing that I have to stress, is there cannot be many left. If you do have one of these wands, I'd love to hear from you, because I like to have a kind of almost like a mental account of how many wands are left. So if you do have one in your collection, then I would love to be somebody that you told about it. Your secret is safe with me. It's something that you don't want to tell people. I know some people like to keep their collection a secret, and that is perfectly acceptable. Now, today is all about the Harry Potter collection by Arthur Price. You will not find it in either of these books. Neither of these books actually say anything about Arthur Price. Now Arthur Price was somebody, it's a company that created some beautiful pre-movie merchandise. As you know, I do love my pre-movie merchandise. These are items that have been created based on the books, not the films. So unfortunately, I don't have all of my Arthur Price items with me because it's been incredibly hard to find the items I have to show you today. Now, I have found some items on eBay because I did do my research. You can find Arthur Price items on eBay. So last night I was jotting down all of the items that I know that are available. Now, out of the entire Arthur Price collection, they have done Harry Potter figurines made of pewter. Now these are Harry, Ron, Hermione, Norbert, Hagrid and Fluffy. Now I have Harry and Ron, which I will show you in a minute. They have also done a wand spoon, a very long wand spoon. Again, I have that to show you, so we'll show you in a moment. They did a children's cutlery set, which I do own, but cannot find it anywhere. So it comprises of a small fork, a small knife, and a small spoon that children obviously would have used when they were younger, because these came out in 2000 to 2001. I also have the valuation, so don't worry. Now, they also produced adult cutlery set, which comprises of 4 items: a normal fork, a normal spoon, a normal knife, and a small spoon, so a teaspoon. But I have got some of those, but I don't know where they are. I know I have a spoon, but I don't know about the knife, the fork, and the small spoon. I have the normal size spoon. I've got a couple of those, and I know I gave some away a while back, because you know me, I am stupid. I do give my stuff away. However, I am downsizing my collection, so keep checking eBay. At the moment, I'm selling my creature. I know you're all thinking, what on earth am I doing selling my creature? But as you know, money is incredibly tight for most people these days, and we are not ones to suffer in silence. So unfortunately, I am having to part with some of my collection to make some money back. But it's all good. It's all good. I wouldn't sell him unless I was absolutely certain. So before I talk about the most valuable Arthur Price item, again, I will go through all the valuations for you. I want to show you a few of the items that I do have in my collection. Now, we have an Arthur Price Harry Potter. They are tiny little figurines. But as you can see there, it's Harry Potter with his broom. Now, these figurines are so gorgeous and so dinky. I love them. They are so beautiful. And again, these are based on the books. So they are different when you look at them. Ignore my nails. They are terrible today. I haven't had a chance to redo them since they all started to come off. So, it's really horrible and dire, so please don't look at them too much. But underneath you have all the details. So that is little Harry with his glasses. And then you have little Ron. How gorgeous does he look? Now, he is holding Scabbers in his hands there, in his rose, and I love the kind of I don't know, the strange look on his face, the comical look that Ron has on his face that actually extended to the films, which is not just in the books. So I love that, because Ron is such a brilliant character. He's one of my favourite characters. Ronald Weasley is our king, so he is just amazing, and all the important details underneath there. So they are beautiful. Now, let me go through these valuations before we talk about the main item that Arthur Price did for Harry Potter. Now, I don't have any to hand, but they did a series of 15 pin badges. Do you remember I talked about the, in previous episodes, the brickwork boxes, the brickwork packaging, the orange packaging? Well, these pins have the orange packaging on them, and they feature 15 pins, different pins from items from the books. So the design on them is almost cartoony like. So they are a very, very lovely thing to look at, but however, I haven't been able to find anything in the books on them. But for the full set, they're not worth much, because as I've said to you before, the pre-film items aren't worth that much money, unfortunately. Hopefully with these episodes, the valuation will go up. I really hope the valuation goes up, because they are so beautiful. And when I show you the last item I have with me, you are going to see exactly what I mean. Now, the full set of 15 pins is around £15 for the whole set on eBay, which isn't much, but you can buy them individually if you already have some of those items, and I would value those maybe around about £2. So obviously to get the full set would be much more value for your money. But if you were going to buy them separately, then I would value them between £1.50 and £2 each. Now, the one spoon which I do have in my collection that I can show you It is absolutely beautiful, and obviously is one of the stunning items that Arthur Price did. Now I've just popped it back in the box because I actually display the one spoon on my potion shelf above here. So I have put it in the box to show you, but this is the generic packaging that Arthur Price did for their items. Now the pins obviously don't look like this. The pins are in that orange kind of brick style packaging that we talked about previously. But this is gold and purple with all the important details on the back about the manufacturer and that it is a licensed item. Now this happens to be one of my favourite items, the most favourite piece of cutlery that they did in their series, if you like. Now this is dated, it says not for anyone under the age of 4, but it's dated spring or summer of 2001. So these are, as I said, vintage. And inside is what I love. It is a spoon that looks like a wand because you've got this like wooden texture going up the spoon itself. Now I'll take it out to show you because these are stunning and obviously stamped with Arthur Price on the back. Again, I will show you all the necessities in a moment, but look at the wooden kind of knots and things on it to make it look like a wand. Now this is longer than a normal spoon. I'd say this is more like a cappuccino spoon. You know, you get the big long glasses that you have like cappuccinos and mochas and so on in. This is more of that sort of spoon. So for the size of it. Now if it is stainless steel, which I think these ones are, these are worth polishing, but I will also talk to you about that. There was somebody that I saw posted their pewter items on online, and they had one of these items on display that you can't polish and it was tarnishing, and I will talk all about that soon. But it is so important that you listen to me about cleaning these items or this specific item, because it's not just for this specific item, it's for other items that you may own. So yeah, and I used to make jewelry, so I know all about my metals, so you got to be careful. But anyway, so let's get back into this. So this is, as I said, the Arthur Price wand spoon. Now on the back there, very difficult to show you obviously with the mirrored effect on it, but very faintly just here it actually has Harry Potter written across the back of the spoon, but it's incredibly faint, but it has all the details, and then it says S01, so spring or summer of 2001. Now I'm going to put that back. And I'm going to show you this main item once we've talked about the valuation of the spoon. Now the one spoon I would value between $10 and $20. Now it's not that much. They're not worth as much as the main item I'm going to show you soon. The children's cutlery set, I'd say between $30 and $50. That's for 3-piece cutlery set, and they are smaller than your normal cutlery set that you would get. Adult cutlery set, I would say between $40 and $50. These little figurines, I'd say between $30 and $40 each. The larger figurines I don't have, unfortunately, which is Hagrid Fluffy, but Norbert you can also get, which is around this size. He's a little bit smaller than this. He's between $30 and $40. But Hagrid and Fluffy, I would possibly value between $60 and $80, maybe a little bit more, because they are much bigger than these items. Now let's get on to the pièce de résistance and show you the main item the main reason why I absolutely love Arthur Price. Now I've valued these items for between $300 and $400. Now they can go for a little bit more than that, but you have to really study these items, and I will explain why when I show you them. So this is the box. You probably already know what I'm going to talk about. This is the box that these items come in. Now I think they were sold by Hallmark. Possibly, that's a guess, but they're obviously by Arthur Price, but I think they're sold by Hallmark. Now again, the purple and gold packaging, the box, and then on the other side of the box you have the all important details to show that this is an officially licensed item. Now this is one of my favourite collectibles. So I'm going to take the lid off. I have all the original packaging, but I've kept it in a separate bag, and I will explain why. Now inside this box we also have the details, because I think it's by royal decree, Arthur Price of England, which was it's established in 1902. That's crazy. Master cutlerers and silversmiths since 1902. That's quite an achievement, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure you've got Prince of Wales there as well, and the royal and the palace as well, obviously Queen Elizabeth and so on. So it's very important that you you know more about this company. Now, I don't actually know as much as I'd like to know. I know that they only did a small series of Harry Potter items. I am shocked at the pin badges, mind. That surprised me that they did a series of 15 pin badges. That really did surprise me, and I do have some of them. Now the inside of this box is all beautiful and purple packaging. It's purple satin, all padded on the inside, so you know that your item is in good hands. But as I've said, I've kept all the original packaging for this. This item, again, between $300 and $400. And it is pewter, so it's the same metal as the Ron and Harry, Norbert, Hagrid, Fluffy, and I think the wand pens are stainless steel. The wand spoons, sorry, wand pens. The wand pens, wand spoons are stainless steel. This is pewter and a copper plated in sterling silver. Now, because it is plated, it cannot be polished. I mean, you can polish it if it's never been polished before, but I would never ever use any products. What I would use, however, is a polishing silver cloth. Now, this is because there's already chemicals on this to help you clean your items. Now, I have quite a big one. You can get these fairly cheap on Amazon and eBay, but I do use these to polish a lot of my silver jewellery. This item has been cleaned because it's I think I've cleaned it twice in its lifetime, because when I had it, it was mint condition with no tarnishing whatsoever. And then I put it inside a sealed sandwich bag with one of those packets that get rid of moisture in packaging. And that is how I have kept it in here. So I'm going to show you it. This is called Hogwarts Chalice, and it is the most beautiful item that Arthur Price Company ever produced in the Harry Potter series. So this helps keep it dry inside. I can already see that there is tarnishing sections that are starting to show. So unfortunately you can't keep polishing it because you will take the silver off, and underneath then you will be left with brass. So this is the chalice. This is dated 2001, and it is based on the books, the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone book. It is incredibly beautiful and it tells a story, which is what I love. Now, I will do some close-up videos of this because I think even me showing you like this is not, you're not going to get the full effect, the full beauty of this chalice. Now, as you can see, this is silver, but I've seen a lot of people post pictures up where this has gone black because of the tarnishing, the oxygenation, I think that's the right word, I'm not very good with that sort of thing, is changing the surface of the silver. Now, if it was solid silver, clean away. Please clean away. That's the good thing about getting silver jewellery. If it comes to you black, you can clean it really easily. But this isn't solid silver, and you will take the silver off if you keep cleaning it. So please refrain from cleaning it. If you're desperate to clean it and it's never been cleaned before, then clean it. But don't clean it again. I would clean it and then do what I've done, put it in a sealed bag with one of those little packaging to help with the water damage and all the moisture in the packaging, and I would just keep it in there to keep it safe. this is what I've done with this. I don't take it out unless I'm showing people or I'm taking photos or doing a video like this. Otherwise, it goes back in the bag with the moisture bag, sealed, back in its box, and it's put away. It means I don't get to appreciate how beautiful this thing is, but it's one of those things where I take it out every now and again to really love it and look at it and experience this beauty. Now the pewter, by all means, clean as much as you like. Pewter is incredibly strong and it's a fantastic metal that to create items like this. But this is a stunning chalice, and I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit because it's worth talking about. It's definitely worth talking about. Now we have Ron, Harry, Hermione, all here, all etched into the pewter. And then as you go around, you have the story. So you've got Hedwig, just there, beautiful Hedwig. You have Fluffy, the three-headed dog that Hagrid just saw as a fluffy puppy. You have another owl there. That could be Hedwig again, I'm not sure. Are they the same owl? They are the same owl. We have a golden snitch just here. Then as you go down, you have broomsticks. So we have broomsticks down here, which you can't really see in this, but I will do a better video. Then we have a wand on top. We have Norbert the dragon here. We have the Philosopher's Stone somewhere. I think that might have to be Philosopher's Stone here. Then we've got Hogwarts written on the bottom, just here. Then as you go around, you have Hogwarts crest there. Then you have the keys for Gringotts there. Then we have Norbert, not Norbert, we have Scabbers asleep on there. Then we got lots of galleons as well at the bottom. Then we have the Hogwarts acceptance letter just here. Then we have a broken egg, which I assume is Norbert. Then we have Trevor. So we have Trevor just there. We have the envelope for the acceptance letter. We've got Bertie Bott's every flavour beans and lots of little beans around. We've got the flute. No, we've got a golden snitch just there. My mistake. The golden snitch is there. We have a flute, which is what Hagrid gives to Harry for his birthday, and he uses that to calm Fluffy. I love that there's this entire story all through this chalice. It's so beautifully presented by Arthur Price, and again is all based on the books, which I just absolutely love. But I'm going to do a lovely video to show you what this looks like. It is so incredibly stunning, and I love how here you've got a really good look of Harry, Ron and Hermione there, and then underneath we have the all-important details that this is obviously an Arthur Price item. Inside, I've tried to keep it tarnish free as best as I can. It is incredibly difficult to keep clean. So when I do take it out, it's like going through it all over again and enjoying it for the first time. It's a beautiful item. I mean, I am tempted to give this a clean, just the base, because that's not going to be damaged, and give it a little bit of a scrub with something because it is pewter. but I'm worried that I'll compromise the other parts of the cup, so I tend to just leave it as it is. If you wanted to dust it, I would use a paintbrush, a strong paintbrush, and just flick it out as best you can with a hoover nearby so the dust doesn't settle again. But I really do love this cup. It's one of my favourite items, and I would say the price between $300 to $400, I think that is very, very little compared to how beautiful this cup is. So you may find them priced higher, but they really say when you're going to price something, if you want to try and get a true valuation of something, you should see how much people are willing to pay, because asking cost isn't the same. Someone puts up a buy it now for, I don't know, £1,000. You don't know if anyone's going to buy that, which means that it's probably not worth £1,000. So the best thing to do is on a good day, get a couple of people bidding for the same item, and whatever that item then sells for is the true evaluation of that item. But auctions and evaluations rise and they fall, so it all depends. But I'm really hoping that these episodes will put up the value of these items, because they are worth it. Obviously, I want you guys to get a decent price first, but later on, I would really like it if these items went up in value just because they're so beautiful. I am downsizing my collection, but I honestly don't think I could downsize any of my pre-Harry Potter film items just because they're so beautiful and so well done and just, yeah, just so incredibly stunning. I love it. I love this cup. It's so beautiful. I would love to have seen it when it was first created. The sparkle, the brand new clean look. Obviously now it's a bit kind of, it's looking a bit sorry for itself. His glasses are loose, so I have to be careful of that. They don't look like they're going to come out, but they are loose. I've got to be careful. And that's another reason why I need to put it back in its bag. So that is it. What have you thought of today's Victoria's Vintage? I really enjoyed showing you these because I am a massive fan of Arthur Price's work, especially the Hogwarts Chalice. It's something that all companies should be aspiring to achieve, something that beautiful. I don't think they were that expensive when they were first released either, which is quite shocking. I know somebody recently, I say recently, last like 2-3 years, managed to find one in a Hallmark shop or a card shop, and they got it brand new because these people had found it stock at the back of the shop. So I think there was a couple there and they bought a few of them. So, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, you're incredibly lucky. But it's definitely something worth looking at. These little figures are just so adorable, and there are plenty of people selling them online. So have a look and see if there's anything that you appreciate, because they are the perfect little size to display as well. They're so tiny, and these pewter figures are easy to display because they're not going to tarnish like the Hogwarts Chalice will. But let me know in the comments below, do you have any of these items? Until next time, take care. I love you all, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye. Want to check out more of my content? Take a look at this video right here or this video right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.